So Ann Wilson of Heart was asked about her 5 favorite albums of all time, and one of them was Steely Dan's Gaucho album, which came out in 1980. And she said what she liked about it is how they got away with so much snark. She loved the blending of musicality. And I agree. I really have always, dug that album. Babylon Sisters. I think I want to say Patty Austin was singing Shake It Fast, You Gotta Shake It Fast. I loved it when Patty Austin was talking about that on the Rod and Michael Walton's podcast, NMW, I believe. You should check it out. It's a great interview with Patty Austin. Just that tone, because I think Bobby McFerrin alluded to that, how she did that little riff. And they did have these tongue-in-cheek things that Donald Fake. There's a lot of humor in Steely Dan's. Their name came from William Burroughs, so you can look it up what that means. They were always tongue-in-cheek. They were hilarious if you read between the line and the lyrics and the things they would say. Glamour Profession sounds like the Lakers at the Forum talking about Coke, what's going on. It made me think of a few people that come to mind that were playing for the Lakers around that time, because that was really prevalent then. So there was a lot of stuff to kind of, take in at that scene and so on. They gave you atmosphere. They gave you, they were like running. And she said what was amazing is that they got to put that kind of ruck out. You got that right. Because these record companies, anything that was considered, they were so up against tones and things that would get outlawed. So they said some stuff on records, which was a trip. But you had to be of a certain intellectual capacity. That's the thing I've always loved about Steely Dan's records. They weren't for the sophomoric ears or the sophomoric intellect. They made you literature, made you check, and made you think. So here Ann Wilson, who I got a lot of respect for, because Heart was a bad band. I mean, Barracuda, they had some jams. They had some cuts. Them sisters could play. They're from Seattle and all that. And if you know anything about Heart, they're very talented. And they talked about the isms in the business and so on like that. But I like how she talked about the Gaucho album, because that was a tight record. And that production that they had with Gary Katz was always off the chain. I mean, obviously the Aja album gets all the love. Aja from 77, their classic with Deacon Blue and all that. It gets all the love. But Gaucho was a nice record. It was tight. It's a sophistication. You can't really put Steely Dan's music into a box. Now, it's been now good glorified as yacht rock, but the music was so sophisticated. It ain't just simplistic pop.